Hello everyone, a very good afternoon to all of you and welcome to the session. Please let me know if I am properly audible and visible to all of you. Okay. Okay, come on. So we have some EPFO level questions today और वही हम continue करेंगे. We have been doing a series on this. So if you have missed out on any of the previous session, make sure that you cover. And also, if you want free PDFs, make sure to join our Telegram group. Link is in the description below. Okay. So once again, good afternoon. Jaldi se like or share kar do. We will start. There was some personal emergency because of which the class got postponed, but we'll like continue now. Let's begin. This is your first question. Answer here. Okay, in the chat. Okay, so the government now, okay, you have to make sure that you answer. Just for this one, we have one different option, all of the above. You can have multiple errors as well. तो उसका आपको ध्यान रखना है. But the answer here definitely is C. The government plans to do what? To enhance. Enhance what? Rural education by training teachers, building infrastructures, and the distribution. Now, if I am saying V1 ing, V1 ing, gerund, so even after and, I have to make sure that I continue in the same way. So, and distribution ko nahi, distributing free learning materials. So, and के बाद में the हट जाएगा, off हट जाएगा, distribution will become distributing. So, I will have then parallel structure in the sentence, and that's why answer is C. The manager reiterated the same instructions. Now, again, you are saying reiterated, which itself means to repeat something multiple times. And then we are gonna say again as well. So, this is the error. Now, out of these two, this is main verb. I cannot change the main verb. I will not use this word because reiterate is enough. So, no need of again, and hence the answer is B. Next one. Make sure to like and share the session, guys. She insisted that the plan was flawed and that it requires. See, plan was flawed. She insisted. I do get to see past tense working everywhere, and suddenly I cannot change the tense this way. So it required the. We want past tense here, and that's the error part. Next. The factory shut down due to the workers. Now, this one is interesting one. First of all, let me see. Anyone who has answered the fourth one yet? Can you give me the correction? This is something I have taught as an exceptional rule in the class. Anyone? Okay, please understand. So, no, the factory shut down due to workers being unwilling to comply with safety protocols. So, shut even in V2 and V3, same. Shut, shut, shut. If you want to say shuts down, is it like every time it shuts down? Is it a habit? Is it a regular thing? So this is a past tense sentence. That's why when I use factory singular with shut in this case, this is one time thing जो past में हुई थी, okay? तो definitely V2 के जैसे मैं इसके verb second form past में use कर रही हूँ. This is absolutely correct. So the answer here is due to is wrong. We want because of. Now, because of is adverbial in nature. That means whenever I want to reason a verb, an action, I will use because of. Whenever I want to reason any noun or a pronoun, then I will use due to. For example, the traffic was due to some accident that took place. So the reason of traffic, which is a noun, that was something something. So that's when I will use due to. It is adjectival in nature. Okay, in the case of telling a reason, a cause, it is adjectival. वो noun का pronoun का reason बताएगा. But in this case, the shutdown, this action, the verb was because of something. So यहाँ पे because of the workers will come. Okay. Next one. This should be very easy now. In accordance with the newly introduced policy, all employees must, any modal verb will always take verb first form, must submit their attendance digitally. Easy peasy. Seventh question. Seventh question. Despite cannot take off. Despite the heavy rains, the match continued without what any interruption till the end. Okay. The report suggests that the company had invested what more than $10 million in research and development. So this is the answer, an error of preposition. You invest in something. Okay, so that's how you mention. If you want to name the thing, जिसमें ही invest हो रहा है. Each of the applicants has been called, okay, because each of will take singular verb for what, a preliminary round of interviews. The next. The auditor objected to the way in which data were being collected. Now, you need to understand one thing, that data as a collective noun can be used in a plural or a singular manner depending on the context. So, here you get no error. Okay. So, if you are thinking, I mean, the only place where you would think is an error could be this word. You always object to something. Okay, so that too is absolutely fine. So auditor objected to ABCD, to the way in which data were being collected. So one by one, piece by piece उसको collect करा जा रहा है. Because of this, what we get to see, that we can consider data a collective noun plural, and that's why E is your answer. Yes, E. We'll do some fill-ups now. Okay, so answer is C. The minister's remarks about the judiciary triggered a nationwide debate. So remarks negative ही होंगे. Complimentary is a good thing. Trivial होता तो nationwide debate नहीं होता. Trivial is something of very small importance. Rhetorical again will not help you with the sense of something that is creating such a big ruckus everywhere. Derogatory means very negative, criticize करते हुए, disrespectful, such remarks about the judiciary, something belittling, okay? Now, you need to understand context and the word meaning both before you answer. The word obsequious means something which is quite buttery in the texture. Sometimes people they would butter you to get more of your attention. So that kind of nature or fawning over someone is called being obsequious. Okay, so the answer here is B, strategic. The CEO's resignation was widely seen as a strategy wise measure to save the company's image. Okay, so it falls under strategy. Perfunctory is anything which is brief. Okay, it is jaldi jaldi kara hua, very quick. Symbolic is just as a symbol something is happening. Malicious is being bitter, being hostile, having wrong intentions, and retrospective is any time when we look at the past events and then we analyze it. So that is retrospective. Answer is A. The report was full of something and offered no concrete suggestion. Answer samne, no concrete. So they were conjectures, they were theories, nothing practical, nothing facts related. So resolutions नहीं है, data नहीं है, fact नहीं है, procedures is a useless word because why some kind of procedures would offer or not offer concrete suggestion. So A is the answer for the 13th one. Good job, guys. Keep it up. Move to the next one. Hmm. Even after the final warning, the employee remained obstinate and refused to change his behavior. इसका behavior change करने लायक था तो अच्छा तो रहा नहीं होगा, something negative, you know. So obstinate is a headstrong behavior, ziddi, yet unyielding, not flexible, not bending. Compliant is opposite of it. Compliant is yes, you do listen to others. Prudent is being wise. Submissive is listening to others. So again, other words they don't fit the context here. 14th cannot be prudent because why would he not change his behavior and still be wise? There were warnings given. So whenever we give warnings, we are not warning against something good. If I'll give you a warning, I'll give you when you have done something wrong. Understand it that way, no? So his speech was both profound and inspiring. Inspiring is positive, need another positive word. Bland, kuch maza hi nahi aaya. So how was it inspiring? Ambiguous cannot be inspiring. Trivial cannot be inspiring. Profound is something deep, rich in something. So that's there. When you have anything prosaic, it is opposite of inspiring. It is not at all inspiring. It's very dry, bland. So prosaic भी नहीं होगा. 16th answer is C. The decision to raise interest rates, the decision was taken after dash consideration. कैसे लिया होगा decision? Meticulous consideration, taking time, being very thorough, not hasty, ऊपर ऊपर से नहीं, random नहीं. Fleeting means something is passing by. I'm taking other words also so that if you don't know, now you will know the meaning. And if you know, already you know the meaning, then you can simply revise, which is always a good thing to do. Public protests have become more dash in recent years, often disrupting daily life. So ये often क्या हो गए हैं, prevalent हो गए, more common हो चुके हैं. You can see everywhere. So sporadic नहीं है, they cannot be sporadic. That means they are irregular sometimes. But why it would be more of a concern ना अगर कभी कदार होते हैं तो. Obsolete is not at all in the existence now. पहले थे अब नहीं. Sporadically is adverb. Form wise ही गलत है. Prevalent आपका आंसर आ जाएगा. The judge was known for his dash adherence to the letter of the law. Letter of the law means, of course, he's not going to budge even a single thing here and there. So, no doubt, answer is C. Judge was known for strict. वैसे lenient होता तो flexible भी सही होता. They are synonyms. Erratic, sometimes happening, not happening the other time. Indifferent is being cold, no sympathy. To maintain transparency, all financial transactions must be properly documented, verbalized, putting in words, fabricate, that is to fake something. Denied and simplified भी नहीं आएगा. See, simplified makes no sense. They are financial transactions. So they must be properly documented. उनका track record होना चाहिए. It's of very simple meaning. If you want clarity with the accounts, have proper record of it. ऐसा. The economic reforms had a dash impact on rural employment. So the reforms had what kind of, and that is on the rural development. It will definitely have profound impact. Now, profound is again rich impact, acha khasa impact. All other words are negative. So now we will go ahead and do some inference based question. There are statements, there are lines, okay? In that, all you have to do is understand and interpret the lines. No, simplified means things made simple, not solved exactly, but broken down into one thing at a time. That is simplified, not complex. Answer is yes, C. So if an AI model reproduces journalistic content without credit or payment, the act can be described as theft. Intellectual because digitally हो रहा है वो, not just digitally but किसी का intellectual property को लेकर हो रहा है वो. A government that delays welfare schemes during elections, elections में welfare schemes को delay कर रहा है, might be accused of. So when we accuse of something negative, right? Prudence is being wise. Electoral ethics is also positive. तो ये दोनों तो आंसर होने से रहे. Populism, negligence. Now, negligence, maybe, but let's wait. Populism, maybe, maybe not. The delays during election, we call it vote bank politics. A report highlighting a systemic failure in public institution, most likely advocates means supports. Okay, a report highlighting failure in public institution. So it is a good report or a bad report, if it is helping or not helping. This is a report which is very much needed because we get to know the failure, right? And that's why it advocates reform. It supports that we need change, we need reform, right? I hope you understand the context now. C is your answer. If a country abruptly, suddenly withdraws from a global treaty, that's the context. Yeah, they are tricky because they are influence based, no? It may face accusations of so suddenly withdrawing from a global treaty. So definitely यहाँ पे inclusivity तो कुछ होगी नहीं, nothing is inclusive here. Judicial activism is third thing in itself. Strategic patience, but why withdraw? If you want to keep patience, then be the part of the treaty. Isolationism, that is your answer. Now, isolating oneself, maybe for protection, maybe not interested with other people, other group, that is what is happening. So, that is isolationism. Which term best describes a market controlled by a few large firms? Monopoly तो हो नहीं सकता. Monopoly is just controlled by one. Free market capitalism anarchy. Oligopoly is where a small number of firms are there, okay, and market is shared by them. Market, they control the market, and that's what your answer is. कैपिटलिज्म एनार्की में तो कोई डाउट नहीं होगा. आई होप यू नो द वर्ड्स बिकॉज मैंने पहले भी बहुत बार, हमने 2-3 बार ये वर्ड्स करे हुए हैं. if a law is ambiguous and can be interpreted differently by different courts, तो उसमें क्या lack होगा? Question is what will it lack? It will lack clarity because interpretation is different. That means it is ambiguous, so it lacks clarity. Okay? लीगैलिटी की बात ही नहीं है, अलग अलग कोर्ट अलग अलग समझ रहा है. कोहेरेंस इज समथिंग विच रिलेट्स टू समथिंग एल्स स्मूथली, उसकी भी बात नहीं है. इट लैक्स रिजिडिटी. वी कैन नॉट से रिजिडिटी बिकॉज रिजिडिटी से इंटरप्रिटेशन पे फर्क नहीं आएगा, सीधे सीधे कुछ चेंज हो जाएगा. सो एंड ट्रांसपेरेंसी इज, इट्स नथिंग हिडन केस. इट इज आंसर इज इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू बाबा. इट इफ अ लॉ इज ambiguous, if the law is answer is in front of you, it is ambiguous, it has multiple meanings that you can understand differently, I can understand differently, that's why it lacks clarity. A journalist who refuses to reveal a confidential source is existing press freedom. No bias, defamation is naam kharab karna, disobedience, ethical breach, useless. Ethical breach? He refuses to reveal ना, मना कर रहा है, वो तो confidential है, मैं नहीं बताऊंगा, तो breach कैसे हुआ? How is that a breach? Ethical breach is actually the opposite of it. If a journalist tells this is the name of confidential source, then it is a breach. If inflation continues to rise despite monetary tightening, it suggests inflation is cost push in nature. Inflation continues to rise despite monetary tightening. So inflation is cost push. I mean the cost push thing means it is anyway going to push the prices up. Yeah. In a democracy, judicial review is crucial because it does what? अभी judicial review क्या क्या करता है? It ensures constitutional compliance, people are following constitution properly or not. A company outsourcing jobs to cut costs might face criticism for corporate social responsibility. See, CSR आप अगर थोड़ा पढ़ते हो या corporate world को आप समझते हो, you know what is CSR. So company outsourcing jobs, okay, to cut costs. तो वहाँ पे CSR जो उनकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, दैट टू प्रोवाइड इनफ नंबर ऑफ जॉब्स टू पीपल एंड ऑल, उसके ऊपर असर आता है। सस्टेनेबिलिटी का क्या करना, कंपनी बाहर से काम करे, कंपनी गेटिंग वर्क डन फ्रॉम आउटसाइड और इन हाउस, दैट्स द सेम थिंग, वर्क इज स्टिल गेटिंग डन. So it's not about company in any loss. It's only on the level of ethics and social responsibility. Okay. Well, so we are done here. Thank you so much. I'm gonna see you later on our other channel, 8 p.m. And for PDF, do join our Telegram. Bye bye. Take care. CSR has many things, so it is like it's not just about what the company does apart from the business part for someone else, for some cause, but it also makes sure that how the employees are treated and the everything that relates to being a part of a good society, on moral basis.